Hey everybody, it's Chad from Colorado Giants. Today is August 22nd. That's Tuesday. Time for your update on the greenhouse, the giant pumpkins, the watermelon, and the tomatoes. Or tomato? Stay tuned. If you're a regular to the channel, you know that I missed an update last week. That's because I've been busy. We went camping with my mom and my mom's husband, the kids, Emily. We went to a place called Granby, Colorado. It's up in the mountains. We rent a little cabin, Airbnb. Love that place. So it was a great time, and honestly, I wasn't thinking a whole lot about pumpkins during that. I was having fun with my kids. Went paddleboarding, hiking, took the UTV out, fishing. It was a great time. Max caught his first fish. Cut to that clip. So all in all, it was awesome and we had a great time. So I apologize for the lack of update. I came home from camping. I was home for like 12 hours and then I went to Vegas for a business trip for a few days. And now I'm back. I rested a little bit, thank goodness, because look at these puffy eyes and the balding head of a father and just a busy guy. Anywho, but I have an update for you today. First thing I want to talk about, coloradogiants.com, where you can get Colorado Giants merch and buy seeds. Lots of you have been buying the 1783, the state record. That's growing some really big orange pumpkins that are looking awesome. So these are all the seeds I have left. There's like 40, I think I did 46 seeds. I sent so many out last year that all I really have is 46. I'll probably keep maybe 6 for myself, so I have like 40 seeds left. If you go to coloradogiants.com, they're for sale there. If you bought them previous to today, you were getting 2 per pack, but since everybody's hitting me up for them, I'm gonna drop that down to 1 seed per pack. I don't want to, I don't like it, but I want them to be spread out, so anybody who wants to grow them can. If I have any by the time springtime rolls around, I will probably still send some out for free, but I think I'll probably sell the 40 seeds. So if you want one, I would get it now because I only got, like I said, 40 left or so. So enough with the bookkeeping. Let's talk about the pumpkins and the tomatoes and the watermelon. So here is the watermelon. I wanted to have Max with me on this video, but one of our dogs got out and we had to go get it. So that put the kibosh on the plan for the evening, but watermelon's still growing. I don't know how big it is. I haven't measured it. I measured it, 2-3 weeks ago, and it was like 70 pounds. So I'm going to say it's probably like 120 pounds or so. For me, that's a huge watermelon. That's awesome. Like, that is just as cool as that, because you expect these to be big and you don't necessarily expect the watermelon to be giant. Oh, wait, we have visitors. What are you doing awake? Well, come here. You want to be in the movie? Well, apparently Maxwell is not sleeping and he's helping Mom with the chores. Maybe we'll get Maxwell after all. I thought the little munchkin was asleep. I think I have a watermelon started on this plant. I finally got that. It's been hot, so that's melting off. Oh, also, my weekly weather rant. It's still continuing to be bonkers, but now we're in the opposite direction. It was it was 105 today, and the low was 42. So we're having 60-degree temperature swings. Hooray for Colorado. That is why it's so challenging to grow giant pumpkins anything, grow anything. The farmers are having a heck of a year this year, but especially challenging in Colorado. So let's go look at this one. We'll go look back here. Here is the plant on, this is Sweet Love, right? Yeah, Sweet Love. Sweet Love is definitely starting to show some age in the center triangle, the oldest part of the plant. That's to be understood or expected rather. But look at the plant all around. That's not like the oldest portion of the plant. It all looks really good. These plants, knock on wood, look really good. You know, me staying ish on top of my spraying for powdery mildew and mites, knock on wood, is working. Again, staying on top of it ish. Not so much last week. Is bearing fruit, so that's really cool. Come on. All right. So remember what this pumpkin's called? Sweet Love.
Sweet Love.
So, okay, so Emily and Max are in the greenhouse now, so I have my buddy, and we actually have a videographer now, so we're getting real fancy. Max, what do you think of, what's this pumpkin called?
Sweet Love.
What do you think of Sweet Love since we looked at it since last week?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know? Is it bigger?
I think it's made, I think they're like both made the same size.
Maybe the same size? I think this one's smaller than Valentine.
Smaller than Valentine.
So anyway, Max, how did you like camping? I told them that we went camping and you caught your first fish. What did you think of catching your first fish?
That was like almost as big as Stewart's.
A Stewart's fish? Uncle Stewart caught a big fish a few weeks ago when we were camping?
Yeah. He caught it in the tent. We were in the tent.
Yeah. Okay. So, Sweet Love has slowed down significantly. Like I said, the weather has been super cold and super hot, and because Sweet Love is right next to the wet wall, it gets the brunt of all the cold, so it's slowed down. I don't have the numbers with me right now. Maybe I'll overlay them like down here, but I think it did about 13 pounds per day was the average, so it slowed down a good bit. Emily is really good at guessing pumpkin numbers. Emily, what do you think the guess is? 1280. What do you think it is, Max?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15. 15.
15? It's about 900 and I think 980 pounds or so. However, if I do my patented pumpkin slap, I think this pumpkin's heavy. What do you think, Max?
Yeah.
Approximately 1280.
This kind of hurts my hand.
Emily's going with 1,300 pounds.
This kind of hurts my hand.
I wish. It's a weird shape. Can you kind of get that shape, Emily? Show everybody. It's doing like a wheel, but it's tilted forward.
Dad.
And it's got a Quasimodo hump over here.
Dad, are you going to go over there and talk about that one too?
Yeah, we'll go talk about that one. But the shape is just a little weird. The plant looks good. A few weeds popping up, but not too bad. Maybe if Emily has a little time tomorrow, she can pull some weeds. And she's shaking her head no. Maxwell will, though. Thank you, buddy. All right, let's go look at Valentine. Okay. All right, so we're over here. I'm by my computer, and I'll give you the numbers. So Sweet Love is 962 pounds. It put on 92 pounds for the week for a 13 pound per day average. That sucks. Let's be honest. That's not great. However, Valentine is 1,458 pounds today. That's a 245 pound for the week, day 63, and that's 35 pounds per day. Hold on, buddy, one sec.
Dad.
I don't know if that's right, because last week it did 22 pounds per day, so there may be a mismeasurement in there somewhere, because that large of a speed up is suspicious to me. One sec, buddy, one sec. So we'll find out next week, because I taped the tape measure on there, and we'll go check that out. What?
What's
However, Emily is right. She just mentioned that it was hotter. last week was really cold, so maybe it did speed back up. So that would be awesome if it did. At any rate, that is now still ahead of state record pace. It's younger and it's bigger and it's growing faster. So fingers crossed. Let's go look at it closer. Here we are at the tomato plants. The tomato plants are still growing like weeds. And we have lots of really big tomatoes. I cut one off and it was 1.5 pounds. The state record for Colorado, what? Put that in my hand for size reference, is like under 4 pounds.
I think that one's gonna win because it's shaped like a heart, like Valentine's.
Oh,
Day,
yes, it's love.
the one.
Power of love will ouch, dude, you
sorry.
stepped on my finger.
Sorry.
Will propel us to victory. And then there's some more over here that you'll just have to take our word for.
Dad, can
Go
we
step
go?
on the board, buddy, yeah? Like, I don't know. There's so
Dad, I'm
there's
over
lots
here.
of tomatoes. There shouldn't be. I should cut more off, but
Oh.
I just haven't.
That tipped it up a little bit. Here's Valentine's. Dad, can I have some? Dad,
That one's even bigger.
hey Dad, can
Hold
you,
on, buddy. Hold
can
on.
you take the tape off?
Oh, here's like so. I just cut all these off. I thought I cut all the extra tomatoes. So I'm cutting the extra tomatoes off because I don't want the plant to send energy to these tomatoes. I want it to send energy.
How do you know which tomato is gonna grow into a giant tomato?
How do I know which tomato is going to be giant? Well,
Dad, there's
That's
another
a-
one that's huge. God, this one's huge. Come over.
that's a good
Dad,
question.
Dad,
Thanks for
come
asking.
over here. There's another huge one.
Okay, one sec, buddy. Because the bloom on this was a normal sized bloom, a mega bloom. You know, you want to grow a giant tomato on what's called a mega bloom. It's basically just a really large flower. So these ones are, normally tomatoes, whereas this one, holy moly, this one's big too.
That's what you said it, yeah.
Is that one's pretty big. Well, let's go on the other side. We're talking about tomatoes now.
Mom,
This one that's super big.
Dad, can I come?
One sec, buddy. I'll come over there with you. And then this one, I don't know. This one might be the biggest.
No.
This one's, look how huge that is.
This.
So how come these do not snap themselves off the vine?
Oh, and then there's this little one. So these
Dad.
are all tomatoes are the size of a dinner plate, but they don't snap themselves off the vine because it's a strong. Tomato plants are strong. You wouldn't think that these plants have tons of energy.
Oh God,
Like a
No,
giant
it's
pumpkin
a
plant, but
super
they do.
young.
Like that's why I'm pruning off.
Dad.
I'm pruning off all these flowers and leaves and such because I want all that energy to go to the tomatoes, just like a pumpkin plant. Otherwise, you end up with a watermelon plant that looks like this, where it's just growing on top of one another. That's why you always trim. So
Dad, can I?
tomatoes are doing well.
Dad, look, it's the shape of love.
It's the shape of love. Tell that to mommy. Look at the camera and say that. Say it's the shape of love.
It's the shape of love. I'm not sure if I can do a heart like that.
All right, Max. Let's look at this one.
Dad, I'm just gonna go on this one. Is it fine if I stop on these because you're gonna cut those off?
You want me to set you up here like the other one?
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. Take the tape off. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say take the tape off the top. This one,
So here
this one-
we are.
Dad,
What?
I said this one is like pretty bigger than that one.
I thought you said they were the same size.
But this one's like made bigger than that one.
So how big do you think this one is?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
It's 13 too. Same as the watermelon?
May. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Mine has some good guesses, so.
Mommy, what's your guess? No, we already told you.
Told me it was 1,400 pounds, 14 something.
So this one, what's this pumpkin's name?
Valentine's.
Valentine. The theme of the patch this year is love. So we should have named the watermelon something like cheesy. But anyway, so apparently this pumpkin is now doing 35 pounds per day. Look at the plant if you could, Emily. Hold the camera up perhaps This plant looks great. There's
What
not a whole lot
Dad, what plant?
of dead leaves. There's not a lot of weeds in here.
Dad, what?
There's no powdery mildew. There's no mites, knock on wood on all of that. So the plant looks really, really good.
Dad,
so
what plant?
This plant.
Are those plants?
Yeah. So maybe it is. The stem split is still under control. It's a really nice orange. And I feel like this one is getting heavier. If we slap it, it doesn't feel as hollow as it did earlier. So
Oh, God,
it's starting to
this
get cantaloupe-y. It's getting that cantaloupe
Dad,
rough texture.
Can you lift this up?
I cannot lift this up.
How with?
Can you lift it up? Can you show everybody your big muscles that we show? Woo-hoo! Look at those muscles. Maybe Max can lift it up by himself.
No.
But
Yeah,
Valentine's looking really good.
I think forklift can lift it up.
Forklift. So we have definitely forklift. So we have what? Probably 6 weeks or so until the way off, right? Yeah, probably actually 7 or 8 weeks until way off. So we have lots and lots of time left for this pumpkin, 60 days. So if it keeps on trucking it, I don't know, you hate to do math, but 10 pounds per day, we could end up with a really big pumpkin. Or it could stop growing tomorrow.
Dad,
Who knows?
Remember I said,
What'd you say?
can you grow pumpkin as big as the ceiling?
As big as the ceiling? I hope so. We're getting close, huh? We could almost touch the ceiling now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like boop boop. You're higher than me anyways.
Mm-hmm. So that's all I've got for you. Anything that I should add, Emily? Nope.
Bye.
Max says bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next week. Make
Subscribe.
sure you subscribe. Oh, we're going to do a giveaway next week. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. So we're going to do a giveaway. I'm going to give away a 4-year-old little boy. Right, Emily? She's shaking her head no. We're not going to give away Maxwell. We'll give away some stuff, but make sure you subscribe and share it with your friends because we'll do a giveaway
Bye-bye.
next week to try and
Bye-bye.
push to the 2,000 subscriber mark. Why? I don't know. Just because. So that's it. We'll talk to you next week. Wait, bye, Maxwell.
Dad, can you help touch the bar?
Yeah. Say bye to everybody.
Bye,
At
everybody.
the end of the video, buddy.
Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Make sure to like, share, subscribe.
And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.